I call every day and giving an association to us, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all Vaishnavas. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki Jai Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for joining the call and giving your association to us every day, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams to you and to all Matajis on this call. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Sumi from Chennai, India.
Hare Krishna, Sumi Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for joining the call and giving your association to us every day, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Darshini Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru and Guranga ki Jai. This is Shivani from Ashwin, Virginia. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for joining the call and giving your association to us, Mataji. Hare Krishna. All glories to your services. Anyone else would like to introduce yourself?
Hare Krishna Darshini, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada, this is Preeti Vilasini Vidasi from Atlanta. Thank you for your warm welcoming and thank you, Pravina Mataji, for the beautiful chanting.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasini Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for joining the call and giving your association to us, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. I welcome all of you to Bhakti Sangha Japa Conference mid-morning session on Sri Caitanya Bhagavat. Today's class will be given by His Grace Radha Pramod Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. All Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. We are very grateful to have you on the call today, Prabhuji, to enlighten us on the topic of Sri Caitanya Bhagavat. Prabhuji, before moving on to the call, can I read Srila Prabhupada's quote?
Sure.
Thank you, Prabhuji. 4th June, initiation means beginning, not that immediately after initiation one becomes perfect. New Vrindavan, June 4th, 1969. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, we are very grateful to you to have you on the call to enlighten us on the topic of Sri Caitanya Bhagavat Madhya Khanda, chapter 10, verses 282 to 286. I hand over the call to you now, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. This is Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Khanda 10.226. ये सब लीलारा करिबू नाही परिच्छेद आविर्भाव तिरोभाव कहे वेद. Translation. Although the Vedas describe the Lord's appearance and disappearance, there is actually no end to his pastimes. Purport. The variegated pastimes of Sri Gaurasundara are not like the ordinary activities of a living entity who is forced to accept the fruits of his karma. Since the activities of Lord are eternal, one should not consider that simply because they appear and disappear, they are under the clutches of material time. It is stated in the Gopal Tapani, Uttarakanda, Avirbhava Tirobhava Swapeda Tishtati. Although the Lord appears and disappears, he eternally resides in Godok. Adhyapiha Chaitanya ye sab leela kare yakhe nayahara kare drishti adhikare से देखे यार देखी भारे शक्ति नाही निरंतर क्रीड़ा करे Chaitanya Gosai. Lord Chaitanya performs his pastimes every day, even today. Only when the Lord gives one the ability to see these pastimes can one see them. Others have no ability to see Lord Chaitanya's eternal pastimes. But the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya are eternal. Whenever one's good fortune is awakened, he is able to see those pastimes. It is not that the ever-existing pastimes of Lord of Sri Chaitanya appear in this material world under the control of time. One's heart is filled with devotion and he desires to serve the Lord, then he can always nourish the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya. These topics are always understood by the servants of Sri Chaitanya. But the vision of Karmis and Prakrita Sahajiyas who are averse to Sri Chaitanya, Sri Gaurasundara's teaching, and Sri Gaudiyaman is incapable of perceiving the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya. The Laghu Bhagavatamrita Purva 391, it is said, Chedidrikshenan Utkantartha Nijapriyartham Tan Leelam Tato Krishna Darshate Tan Kripanidhi. Even today, if one of his dear devotees intensely desired to see one of his particular pastime, the merciful Lord immediately exhibits that pastime for him. The pure devotees always see Sri Chaitanya Dev's pastimes of chanting the holy name of Krishna. People in this world who are intoxicated with material enjoyment have no power to see the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya. We have two more verses. ये मंत्रे ते ये वैष्णव इष्टधा ध्यान करी से मत देखी थे ठाकुर विश्वंभर. A devotee sees Lord Vishwambara according to the mantra he invokes while meditating on his worshipable Lord. The Supreme Lord, the embodiment of pastimes, expands his eternal pastimes in his innumerable forms while residing in Mahavaikuntha. In order to see any particular pastimes, persons who desire deliverance from this material concoctions may chant the appropriate mantra to see the Lord's corresponding pastimes. Sri Chaitanya manifests in different forms before different devotees. Bhagavad Gita 4.11 it is stated, as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. According to this verse, Sri Gaurasundara exhibits various forms of Vishnu, the embodiment of pastimes, with various categories of devotees. For this, one should not think that Vishwambara is not Vishnu. It is not that while seeing the deity form of demigods other than Vishnu, then one should not consider them as forms of Vishnu. In demigods other than Vishnu, however, there is a lack of completeness. Srimad Bhagavatam it is stated, Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavita pritsarojo asesha sudekshita mato nanonata pumsam yadyadhiyata durgaya vibhavayanti tadvad vapupanayase tadanugrahaya. O my Lord, your devotees can see you through the ears by the process of bona fide hearing, and thus their hearts become cleansed and you take your seat there. You are so merciful to your devotees that you manifest yourself in the particular eternal form of transcendence in which they always think of you. In the Vedanta Sutta it is stated, Api Chaivam Ek. It is also taught that although the Lord is one, he has innumerable forms. In the Vedanta Sutta it is said, stated, Sthanat Visheshat Prakashadi Vat. As the sun's rays are perceived differently in different places, the Lord is also perceived in various ways. The Bhagavad Gita it is said, Yataman prapadyante tamasate vajamyam. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. In the Tantra Shastra it is said, Yadrisho bhavitastat isha tadrisho jiva abhajate. The Lord reciprocates with the living entities according to how they worship Him. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, the essence of the meaning of this verse is that the Lord Krishna appears in all His innumerable forms because of the desire of His pure devotees. In whatever transcendental mellow my devotee worship me, I reciprocate with him. This is my natural behavior. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has exhibited to everyone all the pastimes of all various incarnations. One last verse. Dekhiya apane sikhaya sambhakara e sakala kata bhai suna bhai chehara. In this way, he manifests himself the teachings, and he manifests himself and teaches all his devotees, and then in turn teaches these topics to others. By displaying the pastimes of Vishnu's various incarnations, Mahaprabhu taught his devotees that he was the fountainhead of all incarnations. Those who realized this imparted it in turn to others. Actually, because we read so much Prabhupada, but the language is quite simple. And Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur language is quite tough because he says that there is no other word what he want to express. He had to express in that word only. So he's very particular with word. So sometimes we have to make it a little tough to comprehend. We'll try to understand what these two shlokas, of course there are two shlokas, we'll try to understand some of them. Here, first part is, we'll see how much we can cover. Although the Vedas describe the Lord's appearance and disappearance, there is actually no end to his pastimes. How it happens is, the appearance and disappearance for us only. We have discussed this previously also. Appearance and disappearance is for us, but last pastime is not like that. What example we give? We give the example of a sun. Now sun, now it is already set in India here. It must be rising in Europe. After some time, it start rising in America. Now, the sun is setting here, rising somewhere. Now, from our point of view, sun is setting and rising. Now, say somebody is on the sun. Is there any possibility of sun setting and rising for him? No, it is always there. But for us who are on the earth, there is rising and setting of a sun. You are understanding? Similarly, Lord's that Leela is eternally happening. For us, we get access for it and then access is denied. For us, we say, oh, the Leela is not happening now. Leela is happening, but we are not able to see. That's why it is disappeared for us. And sometimes it appears. Again, we can see the Leela and again it disappears. But the Leela is eternal because there actually no end to his pastimes. That's all. Oh, now somebody may say, oh, maybe in some other Brahmanda is doing. No, some other Brahmanda it is appearing. Lord's Leela is eternally there. Access is given to some Brahmandas, they see it, then access is denied. That means there is some, the Leela appears there, disappears there. But Leela is eternally happening. And it need not happen in all multiple. It will happen in one place only, but everybody can see in all places. Say if Krishna is doing in one Brahmanda or one particular place, all the Brahmandas it can appear. It can have, it has that, like say, example, if Prime Minister of the country, he is giving a speech. Now there is a prisoner in some prison in Hyderabad. he can hear the speech, he will open his, they put a TV for him and he's watching Prime Minister speaking. Now what it is, it means that the Prime Minister need not come there, but this prisoner is getting the access of the Prime Minister. Prime Minister need not go to prison, right? He's at his place in Delhi, but everywhere there is an access for him. How? Through a television. Similarly, or we can have our mobile. Similarly, Lord will perform his pastime. There is access is given in different universes, different times. And then people get that access, they see, oh Lord coming, performing pastimes. And sometimes people in that universe will get opportunity to participate. And then Lord is out. And here, that's why the variegated pastimes of Sri Gaurasundar are not like ordinary activities of living entity who is forced to accept the fruits of his karma. Now another thing is, any activity is done because we are forced to do it. We don't have option. Like say, we are doing any activity in a day. We have to cook and eat. There is no option for us. Yeah, we may say, I will not cook, I will order from Swiggy Zomato. But eating is compulsory, na? And not only that, nahi kshachit chanamapi jadudishtata karmakat. That we cannot live without doing any activity even for a minute, sometime also. There is some activity we are doing. Nothing we are doing means we are thinking something. So there is an activity in terms with the help of our mind. The activity is happening there. So here we see that activity is there, but it is based on how? It is based on the forced by nature. We don't have option. I cannot say for 1 week I will not eat. No. In a day only I have to eat at least 1-2 times. And then I cannot say I will not drink water, I will not sleep. No, all the things are compulsory for us. That means we are forced by material nature to act. That means it is karma. But Lord, it is not karma, it is Leela. This also we heard many times, this example. Now, if you take a 2-year, 3-year-old children, maybe 2 years, because 3 years, they are also sent to schools now, preschools or whatever comes. But 2-year-old child, what he will do whole day? Whole day playing only. They do this, and there is no logic in their play. Why they are doing? They just enjoy. When they are hungry, their mother will feed, and remaining time they play. They need some toy, they need this, they'll break it, they'll keep it. Now that is called Leela. That means no logical reason. You just come, enjoy. So here also, Lord's activities are not forced. That means any activity we are doing means we need to achieve something. There is some incompleteness, we want to complete, we want to make it completed. That's why we work. Say, now why am I working means I feel, oh, maybe I don't have sufficient money. I want to have some fulfillment. So let me have some money. Or we want to achieve something. Okay, I want to become a famous person or something. Or we want to gain some happiness or something. That means we are forced to work. There is a purpose in working. Without that, we don't do anything. For Lord, it is not like that. Because why? Everything is there for him now. Do he need any money? No. Any unfulfilled thing? No. Any separate and no need of anything. But Lord, everything is there. Lakshmis are there waiting to serve him. He has all the opulence of the universe. Everything is his only. Now what Lord will do then? He'll just enjoy. Relax, chill. Such activities are Lord are eternal. One should not consider simply because they appear and disappear, they are under control, clutches of material time. No. Time affects us only. We are all affected by time. Time is an energy of Lord and it is forcing everything. Here, everything that is happening is because of time only. Kalosmi lokakshay krito. Now, by the time we began our class until now, there is a power, there is a subtle force that is going behind everything. It is only manipulating. If you remember Bhagavatam, there is initially what is called Pradhan. It is a very, very stable state. Everything is in a neutral, stable, and agitated state. As soon as Lord looks at it, and the vision of Lord is called as Kala. He is looking, glancing on it, immediately they're in a agitation. The time only makes the Rajoguna, Sattoguna, Tamoguna, this Ahankara mixing with Sutra Tattva, Ahankara Tattva, Mahat Tattva. Everything is happening because the time entered. So there is this energy of the Lord which is making all these things happen. So we have to understand that it does not affect the Lord, it affects us. The Lord, He is beyond the time. He is actually time. He makes the differences. Say now we are all affected by, say, morning we get some sort of effect, afternoon effect, and night tamoguna effect. They are forced. There's no. But Lord is no time. He's coming and going beyond time. It is stated in the Gopaldapana Upanishad, although the Lord appears, He is eternal reside in Goloka. Goloka eva nivasati akilatma. We can discuss more on this. One verse is sufficient for 1 hour, but we will just take some other points from the other purports also. And then further it says, Lord Chaitanya performs these pastimes even today. That means He's only doing pastimes. He's just enjoying in the spiritual world, and He gives access to us of that pastime so that we get attracted to Him, and we also desire to go and participate in the pastimes. And yesterday actually was the appearance day of Vrindavan Das Thakur. So Vrindavan Thakur is telling, only when Lord gives on the ability to see this pastime can one see them. So He is giving access sometimes. The pastime is always happening. He is just doing pastime only. He has all the things. There is nothing He has to achieve. So what He will do? He will just play whole day. He need not work to get some money to pay his mortgage. No, for him nothing. Just others have no ability to see Lord Chaitanya's eternal pastimes. So not everybody has the abilities. And here the commentary it is said the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya are eternal. Whenever one's good fortunes awaken, he is able to see those pastimes. It is not that the ever-existing pastimes of Lord Chaitanya appear in the material world under the control of time. So again it is mentioned, it's not bound by time. For us, we are bound by time. We don't have option. Time is time is always acting on all of us. And it is changing everything. For us, all the changes, say after 10 years, whatever we are, everybody, all of us will change. Why? Time is changing. Archana, what is this energy? The energy that is acting on all of us is the time energy. Scientists don't understand. They don't know. They say time is fundamental. They can't understand. They cannot define only time, first of all. They cannot define the energy of time. They don't understand it. Because it is who? It's Krishna. That's why it's so difficult to understand for them. And it is not, Lord Chaitanya appears in this material world under the control of time. Everything slowly, but surely it is changing. The power is happening. And we should not, we should know that everybody is under control of time. People try to define time, they want to control it or they want to resist it. Unfortunately, not possible. Hiranyakashipu tried, all the demons they tried. They want to fight against it. Now also people try fight against time. How? They don't want to look old. They try all methods to remain young, but time does not allow that. It changes. But here, Chaitanya pastimes not under the control of time. If an heart is filled with devotion and it desires to serve the Lord, then he can always nourish the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. To get an access, it's not a physical access. Oh, I missed Lord Chaitanya's pastime. Maybe if would have gone 500 years back, then maybe I could have seen pastimes of Lord. It is not just the time and geography. It is the consciousness that actually gives the access. People write in their t-shirt, Moraman Vrindavan. Actually, that's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's word. He says, Moraman, my heart is in you. If our heart is like that, if one's heart is filled with devotion and it desires to serve the Lord, these are the qualifications to see the pastimes, Leela Smaran. And these topics are always understood by the servants of Sri Chaitanya. But who are followers of Bhaktisiddhanta, they are in this proper state of consciousness. It's not by karmis and sahajiyas. They cannot be. They need to have this mentality. What is that? Their heart, they should have heart filled with devotion and desires to serve. Then we'll get access. Access is possible. Like we say, Leela Smaran, all the Goswamis are doing. How they are doing Leela Smaran? What is that Leela Smaran means? And they sit at one particular place and they're just looking at the Leela that is happening there. And immediately they write some poetry, some description. All the Goswamis, if you see, they're writing such beautiful descriptions of Krishna. And which Shastra it is given? It's not there in any Shastra. How they're able to write? Because they are directly seeing that pastime. Because they are in Leela Smaran, that's why they are able to write the pastimes and explain how this, and some of the insights that they give in the pastime. So this also happened here, this also happened. This was the conversation that is happening. When we read in the scriptures, there are just 2-3 lines about it. And they are able to write a book on it because they are able to see that. That is Leela Smaran. Why? They have devotion and they have desire to serve. That's why it is possible. For us also, if we are able to develop, then it comes. First comes Nama. We have to sincerely chant Nama. Then we start seeing the form of Lord. Then we can see the Rupa. Then there comes Guna and then Leela. So this is the system that is need to be followed. We'll start getting attracted to the Leela. And Leela Smaran is possible for very exalted Vaishnavas. And we have His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj. Sometimes he speaks some things. It looks like he's in some Leela and he's talking there. So, quite possible. In a very elevated state, people directly get access. And we are around them, we may also get to hear some pastimes. So here, Sri Gaurasundar's teaching and Sri, further it is that even today, if one of his devotees desire, so it is from Laghu Bhagavata, intensely desire to see one of his particular pastimes, and merciful Lord immediately exhibit that pastimes for him. Very much possible. Say now I want to see Narsimha Leela. I want to see how Varahadev lifted Mother Earth. How Hiranyaksha was killed by Varahadev. Or I want to see how Lord delivered Gajendra. Everything is possible. Just have to have devotion. So intense desire. The pure devotee always sees Sri Chaitanya Dev's pastimes of chanting the holy name of Krishna. This is what Bhaktivinoda Thakur said. He used to get visions. And many times, many pastimes, you can see Gopal Bhatta Goswami or all the Goswamis like that. People in this world who are intoxicated with material enjoyment have no power to see the pastime. So the qualification is we have to give up the desire to enjoy and develop a desire to serve. That's it. Looks very simple. Formula is very simple. Application is very difficult. Bhakti, it looks sometimes deceivingly simple. Oh, it looks simple. Oh, These people, they are just sentimental. They just have to dance, chant, and they eat, and that's it. But it looks so simple, but it is not so simple because the desire to enjoy should be given up. And can you imagine how difficult it is? That means no more movies, no more mobiles, only for service. You cannot open any other thing other than for service. And not possible so many times. We have so many things to see. What happens is we stop doing sinful activities, but sometimes people watch others doing sinful activity. That is also sinful. We are not doing any wrong. We are following all the regulations strictly. Now, when people are watching movie, they are seeing others doing sinful activity. That is also sinful. They say, Prabhuji, I am following my rules and regulations very strictly, but you are seeing others breaking it. That is also dangerous. That is also a material enjoyment. We have to give it up. Then it's a quite a big challenge. Now, if you keep all sorts of nice vegetables, fruits, these, that's nice items, and when we are told, no, don't enjoy, so it's and not possible. But for a devotee, it is possible because he says everything should be offered for Krishna. What about you? No, I just need maybe some little rice and sufficient, or two rotis. This is all for Krishna's pleasure. Let him only enjoy. Then, if somebody is like His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he tells this, he was very expert in making sandesh. And there was Kirtanan Maharaj who was in charge of that project. So he also liked Maharaj sandesh. And whenever he used to go to meet Prabhupada, he used to take sandesh made by Radhanath Swami Maharaj. And he was very famous. Other devotees from different temples, and Prabhupada also used to appreciate that sandesh. Other temple devotees, they secretly come and see what Maharaj is doing to learn that quality of sandesh. And anyway, many things, but it was very famous. Prabhupada appreciated, all devotees appreciated, from various temples, people are coming. And then, interestingly, Maharaj says, I got the opportunity to make sandesh. So I got the opportunity to serve in that making of sandesh. And I used to serve devotees. I used to give them the sandesh. I used to make, I used to bring or serve. Everything I did. But one thing I didn't do. I did not get the opportunity to serve in the form of tasting it. Honoring I didn't get. That service I did not get. All other service. Now, everything, all is looking at service only. Even honoring is also service for him. When we think, how so many people appreciated your sandesh, Prabhupada also appreciated, and how could he not eat even one? Why he could? For many years he just gave to others only. How is it possible? Because there is no desire to enjoy. Everything is service only for them. That is actually the point. So all very Prabhupada sannyasi disciples, they are of very high quality like that. And then this is very tough purport. We'll try to understand this purport. Till now, till what we have discussed, because it's a different topic, until 84, this three shlokas, 82, 83, 84, whatever we have discussed, is it clear? Any questions, comments on this? Okay.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Yes, Prabhu, very much clear up till now. But I have two doubts. Maybe I have not understood it properly. So you said that you gave an example that how Prime Minister is giving speech and a prisoner in the prison house can hear. Do you mean to say that what Krishna, whatever Leela that is happening in Krishna Loka, in Goloka, that is eternally happening, of course, and we are just getting a vision of it? or it is really happening in a prakat form in all the universes also?
That's all. It is happening, but it can happen at one place and it can be accessed in all places.
In the hearts of the devotees.
No. You didn't understand. See, Lord is doing pastime in one place
Hmm.
and everybody get access to that pastime. That means Lord, this Vrindavan what we are seeing, this is the Vrindavan what is here.
Hmm.
It is one Vrindavan and it can manifest in all places.
Yes.
Only one Vrindavan can manifest in all places.
Yes.
That means the pastime can happen at one place and manifest in all places. There is one sun, he can manifest in all the pots. We
Hmm.
can see the reflection.
Hmm.
Similarly, one pastime can appear in all places.
Okay. Then why it is said that when sadhaka, he or she, when advances, then he gets an opportunity in some other universes to participate in Krishna Leela or Chaitanya Leela as a training.
That time the access is saved. Now, once in a day of Brahma only we get access here. The Lord's Golokunda. But
Yeah.
now this fellow has to wait till the day end of Brahma. That is almost one day of Brahma is 14 Manvantaras.
Yeah.
So now I leave the body now while I wait for 14 Manvantaras to end. I go to some other Brahmanda and participate in Lord's fasting because access is given there.
So that means in other universes also the pastime is happening simultaneously.
One place it is happening, some place it is always manifested. Sometimes for a sun, for the sun there is no setting and
Right.
rising and setting.
Yeah.
So the pastime also never ends. It is always happening at some place, and it is sometimes seen in this earth, sometimes seen in some other universe like that.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. And Prabhu, one more thing you said, that how it is also been mentioned that Krishna's pastimes are never bound by time. They are eternally happening. But then how can we, like, of course, in spiritual world, yes, but how do we understand that how Krishna is bound with the time, that Krishna comes only in the 28th Manvantara of Dwapar Yuga, 28th Yuga cycle?
He's choosing to come. He's not bound by that. He's choosing to come like that. We cannot choose. That's why his Janma Karma Cheme Divyam Yevam Yu Vetti Tattvataha. His Janma and Karma and Divyam. Ours is not Divyam. He can choose who parents can be, who are the place. He can choose. He can change also.
So it's Krishna who chose that he will come only every day at the 28th cycle?
Yeah, he's choosing to come like that. That's why we can tell. Now, can you tell what will, where you will be born next life? Who are your parents? Can you tell? No, we cannot tell actually. Lord can choose. He can choose and he can come and he can go. That is possible for him. That's why it is Divyam. See, karma, how can karma be Divyam? Karma means there should be beginning and end. Now we started this class. There is a beginning and then there is end for class. Can our class be eternal?
No problem.
But Lord's pastimes are eternal. That means there is no beginning, no end. How is it possible? For us now, we have class beginning, we have end. We cannot have eternal class. Karma means it should have beginning and end. But Lord's karma does not have beginning and end. That's why it is Divyam. Janma means should be
Hare Krishna.
possible. Because he is not bound by the laws, he is not bound by the time. There is nothing like that for him. So that's why the Leela is always eternal, even though it is karma, no beginning, no end. No beginning, no end. It's always there. We say, Hare, how some activities are always like it is possible in the spiritual world. It is possible in the sense there is no effect of time. That's why it is like that. Say we have we this This because of no time only everything is possible. Here everything is changing because of time. That's why it don't work here.
Yes, Prabhu, got it. Thank you so much.
We'll go ahead with the next purport. The Supreme Lord, the embodiment of past tense, expands his eternal past tense. See, eternal past tense. Eternally it is same activity. In his innumerable forms while residing in Maha Vaikuntha. In order to see any particular pastime, persons who desire deliverance from their mental concoction may chant the appropriate mantra to see the Lord's correspondent pastimes. Like if I want to see a particular pastimes, Yashoda Damodar, then I chant the name of Damodara, then I can see that pastime. So there is Narsimha Leela. So I chant the name of Narsimha. So corresponding pastime, chant the mantra, get access for it. Then serve. Sri Chaitanya Dev manifests in different forms before different devotees. He has shown Varaha Rupa also, he has shown Narsingadev Rupa, he has shown Lord Rama's Rupa, Krishna's Rupa. And then what is that formula Lord is showing? Ye ataman prapadyante tamas tataiva bhajamyaham mama vatmanu vartante manashapa. Ye ataman prapadyante. Whatever way you come to me, I reciprocate accordingly. If people say that Lord does not exist, Lord say, so be it. You will never find me. You will always see that this world is without any controller. You will always see this world is just coming from void, no purpose, no creator, everything is random. And he will get all conviction for it because that's how he approached the Lord. Somebody says, Lord must be impersonal. Lord says, Tatastha. You will always read scriptures, all conclusions you will get as Lord is impersonal. Lord. The most personal description also you can see it's all impersonal. And somebody says, okay, Lord should be a very strict person. It should be like dictator controlling everything. Lord says, okay. And somebody want Lord to be looking good and gentle, kind. Lord says, okay, I am Lord Ram for you. Somebody says, no, I want loving, playing, fun. Says, okay, I am Krishna for you. So the point here is, the Lord is manifesting and reciprocating according to the person who is approaching him. That's how he is manifested. And that's what is the next two shlokas says. Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavita hit saroja asesha stekshita pato nanunata pumsam yadyad dhiyata durugaya ubhayanti tattad vapu pranese tat sad anugrahaya. Because of his anugraha, tattva vapu pranaya. So he wanted in a particular form. Like we say, Arey, what is this? Why so many varieties of lords, so many incarnations are there? So confusing. No, it is not confusing. It is actually the requirement of living entity. Now, Bhishma Dev, what type of form he likes of Krishna? He will not like Krishna going for coward boy. He will like Krishna as a warrior, and he likes Krishna as the chariot driver of Arjuna. That's what he wanted, that form of, he was meditating and living his body. And whereas if you take the Yashoda Mai, she will not like Krishna to be some doing. She wants just my little Krishna, very small boy, and I'll take care of him eternally. That means what? And whatever form she sees Krishna, she will see him as small boy only. Even though he's going and dancing with gopis and coming, Yashoda, and there are so many marks on his body. Here in Bhagavatam, there are some marks and something stuck to his body and other things because he did past tense with gopis. When he comes back, Mother Yashoda looks and he says, oh, maybe he went to the forest and then he got some marks on his body and maybe he didn't clean properly. And she forgets. She don't get a doubt that Krishna went for dancing with gopis. Because that's not there. She is just and Krishna reciprocates with her accordingly. Same thing with any other. Some people feel, Lord, he should be very, very ferocious. He should be little very. They say, okay, Narsimha Bhagavan ki jai. That means that form is actually the desire of that living entity. You want to have that. You have different desires. Everybody will not like. They say, Krishna, it's too much. Lord Ram is best. I want everything rules, pakka, pakka, pakka. This is okay for you, Ram. That means Lord is just reciprocating. Yadyat dhiya tadurukai vibhavayanti tattat babu pranashes tadanugrahai. So, my dear devotees, you can see through ears by the process of bona fide hearing. It is. And it is said in Vedanta that it is Api Shaivam Ek. It is also taught that although Lord is one, he has innumerable forms. So one Lord only. This is very important part of our philosophy to understand. Lord is only one. Forms are many. Ramadi Murtishu Kala Niyamena Tishtan Nanavatara Makarot Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramah Kumanyo Govinda Madipurusham Brahmambali. It's a Govinda only. But Ramadi Murti Shukalani, Nana Avatara Makarot. Only one Govinda, but he has many avatars. Basically, we say he wanted to enjoy Ashtati. He comes at Narayan Rishi. He wanted to do a sports of diving deep and rescuing it. And now some people, they like this form of Lord, Varahadev. They continue to worship eternally and they stay in his planet. And so such a, because of taste is different, I cannot say everybody should love Krishna. It's not fair. And I don't like that. Krishna is too much. I want Mahavishnu looks good. He like, and no. But Sri Vaishnavas, they like Mahavishnu only. They will not like Krishna dancing with gopis. No. God, no. He should be like Mahavishnu. So Sri Vaishnavas, they will like Rama. That means the Pushti Marga, they will like Krishna and Laddu Gopal. So Lord has to reciprocate, right? Formula is very simple. And Vedanta Sutra, it is stated, Sthana Isheshat Prakashadi Ikvad. The sun's rays are perceived differently in different places. If sun rises, the Lord is also perceived in various ways. In Bhagavad Gita, it is stated, as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. In the Tantra Shastras, it is stated, Yadrisho Bhavitastat Ishas Tadrisho Jiva Agad. The Lord reciprocates with the living entities according to how they worship Him. This is the point. Whatever way we are worshipping, now interestingly, the demigod worshippers are there. And that is what now here the commentary of Bhakti Sasti is going to talk. When that point comes, I'll again elaborate on it. But here, the essence of meaning of this verse is that Lord Krishna appears in all his innumerable eternal forms because of the desires of his devotees. See, why Lord is appearing differently? Because of this point, because of the desires of his pure devotees. In whatever transcendental mellow, my devotee worship me, I reciprocate with him. That is my natural behavior. That's all. We just have to accept it. This is how the Lord is coming to reciprocate. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has exhibited to everyone all the past tense of all the various incarnations. He showed it. It is actually his reciprocation. And by displaying the past tense of Vishnu's various incarnations, Mahaprabhu taught his devotees that he was the fountainhead of all incarnations. That means Narsingadev cannot show the form of Krishna, but Krishna can show Narsingadev. Why? Because Narsingadev comes from Krishna. Similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can show the Varaha, he can show Narsingadev, he can even show Krishna, because that form is very special, because Radharani is included in that form. That's why he can show the form of Krishna also. Of course, Krishna can show the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But the point here is that they understand it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also not avatar, is avatari. Everything, all the avatars come from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now we are hearing, we have to tell to others also. That is the point. Because this is a very special process. And we have to practice it ourselves and also try to help others understand this process. And here we can see that the Bhakti Ancestors commentary is very special. They are trying to give us some very nice insights in all these places. And what is most important is to develop the desire. Desire is what is making so much difference for all the people. And if you desire to become a servant of Krishna, Krishna will make all arrangements. But not so easy to get that desire, because we have our personal agendas. We are having that selfishness. That's why it is not. But anybody who is ready to give up, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be very, very happy. We want actually that more and more people get this. That's why he's making all this arrangement, and that's why he's coming, and without any reservations, he's giving to everyone. So, any questions, comments still here? Then I'll add some more points on these things. Now, demigod version actually. Yeah, here from this, actually I forgot to read this part. The Supreme Lord, the embodiment of past tense, expands his eternal past tense in his innumerable form by reason. In order to see any particular past tense, persons who desire form, this material concoction, may chant the appropriate mantra to see the Lord. Now, the Lord says, according to this verse, Sri Gaurasundara exhibited various forms of Vishnu, the embodiment of past tense, to his various categories. For this, one should not think that Vishwambara is not Vishnu. It is not that while seeing the deity form of demigods other than Vishnu, that one should not consider them as forms of Vishnu. In demigods other than Vishnu, however, there is a lack of completeness. This is actually the point. Now, what happens is, the demigod, how that is system is like, people want to get something material. That's why they have these demigods. Otherwise, say for example, if I want to enjoy this material nature, then the form that appears is actually Durga Devi. So she is there, that form, but this is how the worship manifests. Somebody is so much conscious about their health and all, they will do Surya Namaskara. This is worship of Lord Shiva, Surya, Sun God. And then people want skills, and people are interested in skills and develop their talents. They want to have prosperity, they want to have perfections. Then that form of worship is Ganapatyas. And we can see this happening. Even so, it's elevation in the consciousness. And then if they go for liberation, and then they say, okay, then their worship is Shiva. They understand we are not the body, spirit, soul, beyond all this matter and all. And then if somebody want to give up their selfishness, all these things are selfish before them, then they will start worshipping Lord Vishnu. And if somebody want love, then they go for Krishna. So that's very simple. Now here Surya is not Narayana. Of course, you can say Surya Narayana, but here is the sun god. Because beyond that is actually the Lord. Now here, what is told here is that according to those gods, they exhibited various forms of Vishnu. And that is very important. It is not that by seeing the deity form of demigods other than Vishnu, that one should not consider them as forms of Vishnu. Demigods other than Vishnu, however, there is lack of completeness. This is the point. We work because we want to fulfill something. So we want some completeness. But all the forms of Lord are full of complete. There is nothing that, oh, Paravade is singing, okay, I don't have certain talents, maybe I have to achieve them, let me do something. Say no. It's always there. And yeah, so these are the few points which I wanted to share from this. Any questions, comments in this section? Otherwise, we can end the session.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much for the beautiful class, Prabhuji. And as always, enlightening. And I just wanted to thank you for the class, Prabhu. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Nanda Pranam Prabhuji. I have a question regarding Aradhya Bhagwan Rajasthana, Dham Vrindavan. So Rajasthana, do we take as a baby Krishna because he is still Rajasthana, or one with Radhaji, Radha Krishna? So
Rajasthana is his son of Braja. That's all. Means he can be at any age.
Okay. So we can, like, as you mentioned about Pustimang, so, we are more inclined baby Krishna's pastimes and worshipping, baby Krishna. Do we differ from our Achintya Bheda Bhed and our Gaudiya Vaishnava when we worship Lord Sri Krishna, baby Krishna, like in Vatsalya Bhava, like that? Or
we in our Gaudiya Vaishnavism, what the practices, what we are doing is Madhurya and Sakya. We don't have Vatsalya and that practices. Our Acharyas, they did practice only these two things. Where we don't have practice of that. If we want, then we have to go to that Sampradaya, hear from them, and follow their Acharyas. Then only we'll be able to exhibit that feelings. Otherwise, we cannot get that feeling. We have to follow the person who already perfected that feeling. Following in their footsteps only, we'll be able to achieve that. Otherwise, not possible. On our own, people try to do, they may not be successful. Raganuga Bhakti I need when I follow Raganuga Bhakti, who already achieved perfection it. I can just follow him, and with his guidance only we'll be able to achieve it.
Okay, thank you for me.
Thanks.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, so if somebody is in Vatsalya mood, will not get in Gaudiya Madhva Sampradaya?
You will not be in this, you don't want, you will follow some other Acharya who is in that mood. You will not be able to follow Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharya because they don't have that mood only. Na? How will you fit there? Like say, I am worshipping I'm going to this exalted devotees worshipping Radha and Krishna. But I want to worship Laddu Gopal. We will not match the mood. The pastimes he is reading are different. Sadhana is doing different. The worship of the deities is different. Everything looks different. But you need to, then how can I develop that feeling for that form?
But
because my form is different.
Our Acharyas time and again have sung that Damodar Ashtakam, which is nothing but seeing the Bal Roop and Krishna with Yashoda. So how can our Sampradaya be so incomplete where it cannot offer all the rasas?
No, it is not incomplete. It is actually exclusive. we have some exclusive offers. Because our acharyas, they are manjaris, so they are in that mood, so they offer that mood. And now, if a professor in mathematics is there, he will offer very high standard understanding of mathematics. You say, Array, he is not telling physics because it's not physics, right? It's mathematics. No, professor. So similarly, our acharyas, they are all manjaris. So they came to, and some are sakas also who are Nityan Prabhu's associates. So they came to give that mood which is there in the spiritual world. And that's all. If somebody is Vatsalya, then they have to meditate on Yashoda. And the form of Yashoda that is given before in the beginning of Damodar Leela, the beauty of Yashoda I explained. So the sadhana is they have to meditate on Yashoda Mai and chant her mantras and meditate on her activity whole day, and then they will be able to achieve. But that is possible. You need to, after you come to a certain stage after Nishta Ruchi, then they need to have a person at the level of Bhava to guide us to every step to achieve that highest perfection. Otherwise, it is not possible. So he should be at a very high level. The Guru should be there who can guide. But in our Sampradaya, there are nobody who can guide on the Vatsalya. So after some time, he has to move out to get somebody who can guide him. Because after some time, you need more guidance to know what exactly I should chant, what should I meditate, what is the place of meditation, where should be the place. All these things are needed. But if you don't have anybody who will guide, you go to somebody who can guide. There are other sampradayas like that. We are not, every sampradaya has their uniqueness. Clear?
Yes, Prabhuji, but somehow I'm feeling that how about
Yes, because if your guru is in, if your guru is in Madhurya, then we can get this feeling, this how only by mercy only. And he will bless you means you will get his blessing will be you will develop Madhuri Bhav only. Sakya Bhav. You cannot develop Vatsal level because we get all these things by grace, by blessings. Whom
like
you
we
are
have an
serving, their
example of
blessings will
Shama-
come.
like we have an example of Shamananda Pandit who has a spiritual master in Sakhya Bhav, but he was in Madhurya, so his spiritual master guided him to a person who was in Madhurya.
Yeah, that's all. Because he could not guide him. Because he's Madhurya, he need Madhurya. He cannot have Sakya Guru, right?
So definitely that can be understood because spiritual master was in Sakhya, which is lower than Madhurya. But how, if the spiritual master is in Madhurya, can't he give a lower rasa or benedict a lower rasa to his disciple to go into some Sakhya or Vatsalya?
We get by the blessing of I don't know whether it is possible or not, but practices and other things are also needed. Na? Whether he will be able to guide for it, I don't know. At least I didn't hear like that. I don't know.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Will end here? Will end the we can end the session.
Sure, if you have any other questions, you can go ahead. Otherwise, we can end up.
Mataji, may I?
Yeah, go ahead, Prabhu.
Prabhu, again. I'm really stuck at this point because I grew up, my mother was in Pushti Marg and we were doing all the, Balkrishna Puja and everything. I grew up like that. And after, I came in touch with Sri Prabhupada's books when I was 28 like that. And then, I have this inclination, but my original, inclination towards baby Krishna and Balakrishna is still stuck with me. And although I understand the whole philosophy and everything, classical literature and all that, but that inclination remains. So what should I do? Do I remain in between like that? That's what my dilemma is. Probably. So if you can enlighten
we
me.
just follow our guru's instructions. For us, whatever you continue doing your practices. If you feel you have some liking for Laddu Gopal, you can regularly do Abhishekam, you can dress them for Bhoga, Arati. That's not a problem. Because after a certain level, then when we start feeling, you will start getting attracted to a particular form of Krishna, and then you want to hear that and you want to serve. So it's a gradual. First, the stage is, I'll just explain how the stages are. Here, like say, devotee practices Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, and he starts getting little special affection for Vraja Krishna due to the association of devotees, books and lectures. And then third stage, he'll start cultivating more affection for Vraja by hearing and reading about Vraja Krishna and by practicing to develop that love, that greed. And the fourth stage is while he listening, associating and reading, he may get some special attraction to one particular form of Vrajavasi. And then he starts focusing on that particular Vrajavasi and start cultivating his or her bhav. And all the way he needs a proper Siksha Guru to guide him. Or some Guru to guide him. That's how the system is.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your association, and thank you for your wonderful answers.
Hare Krishna.
Dear devotees, if we have no further questions, we can end up here. Let's pay obeisances to all the Vaishnavas.
Mataji,
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry, Mataji, sorry about the last minute thing. I just have one quick question for Prabhu. Is it okay to ask?
Yeah. If Prabhuji is okay, we all are okay.
Hi, Krishna Prabhuji. I was listening to your conversation, regarding the Swarupa and what our Sampradaya can offer. So, I mean, of course, this is not definitely, I'm not sure this is my Swarupa, but I do have a natural inclination to, look at Krishna as a baby, and I just cannot imagine having like a Madhurya Bhava like that. Of course, this is I'm still on a very mundane platform. Yeah, so do you think it's a good time like to talk to my guru and clarify things, or what would you suggest?
You can clarify with your guru. If he feels that this is good for you, he will tell you, he will recommend. You can always talk. If he says that it's time for you to wait, you wait. Otherwise, he says, okay, good, meditate, you meditate. He will best understand what is needed for you.
Sure, Prabhu, because I was a little like, oh my God, if we cannot.
No. We should not keep doubts. We should always clarify. If you get a doubt, better clarify, because it will keep you stuck there.
Sure, Prabhu. Thank you for your class, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Thank you, dear devotees, for all of your association. We'll end up here. We'll pay our obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpa tarubhascha
Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namah.
Namo Namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava
Prabhupada ki jai.
all the assembled Vaishnavas ki jai. His Grace Radha Pramod Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Prabhu. Wonderful class, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hari Bol.